So in the studio with Coach Adrian Fryer and Matt from Wales. Matt, this is your original swing. So this is, obviously you've got the 3D stuff on, but this is your original motion, and we'll run through, we'll add some 3D data to the 2D imagery. Obviously I can't put the 3D imagery on this software. At the start, your wrist angle is 141. Your wrist set. Lead wrist to shaft. 180 is a straight line. If we roll this through to lead arm parallel, somewhere there, your wrist angle is 151. So you've got 10 degrees less hinge at this time in the swing. As Adrian says, you've not gathered the angle. Yeah. It's not a dynamic. It's not a dynamic wrist set. Okay. That then means, as you do gather it a little bit later in the swing, you don't end up with that much at the top of the swing. You end up with 112 degrees. You do get some downcocking. So at this time in the swing, lead arm parallel, just past lead arm parallel, you're at 100. So you have increased the load or the angle another 10 degrees. The problem is it's still not that much. Does that make sense? So later in the action here, it's gone. So the reason you can't hang on to it for very long is you don't have enough to hang on to. Yeah. Yeah. Your head action is a little bit behind the action. Your rib cage is rotated 15 degrees open. Your shoulders were 5 degrees open, so 10 degrees closed to your rib cage, and your headline or your eye line was 10 degrees closed to target, so 15 degrees closed to your shoulders, 30 degrees closed to your rib cage. Yeah. Have I explained that okay? Yeah. That's giving you this kind of look to the upper spine, upper body, neck. You'll see there's a little bit of wrap over here with the right arm. That's because, in my opinion, you're not rotated as much as you could be. Would you agree with that, Adrian? Yeah? Yeah, so we're trying to in your words, carry that club a little bit better through impact, through rotating the upper torso, the head a little bit freer.
So is the shoulder rotation rotated enough, or is it like primarily my eye line that needs to okay, that's fine.
But just distinguish between shoulders. Your rib cage was 15 degrees open yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
Your shoulders were not that open.
Okay. So
your shoulders were quite closed. So you need a little bit of retraction of that shoulder, yeah. But your head is not helping that. Yeah. Okay. You know, obviously, if we just forget golf, if we just twist your head 15 degrees this way, yeah. And now try and pull that shoulder, it's hard. Yeah, sure. It's really hard. Yeah, so that's not helping.
Contribute.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of retain that kind of look with your neck and your head quite long in the swing. There's going to be more shaft twist. The face is going to close a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
In comparison to something a little bit later on in our session, we're trying to hinge earlier. Wow. We've not measured this in 3D. We've not done a remeasurement in 3D. But we know what we're obviously working on. You know, look at the difference there. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's now going to give you a different load in the late backswing or top of the swing. Completely different load.
Yeah.
We know actually you gather a little bit more angle on the downswing. Your sequence that way is actually quite good. So that should give you a little bit more load later in the swing. Okay. On the left, look how the head is a little more passive. Apologies about that. On the left,
Coming up a little bit more there as well. Aren't
yeah, a little bit more from the floor, a bit more of a jump. See a difference? See a difference in the release, the right arm?
Yeah.
More rotation will reduce the twist on the club.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's, I'll forward you the study of that, which Phil Cheetham did. He released his PhD. So I've got that for you.
So for me, it's the rotation of the shoulders
And the head.
Shoulder,
Eye line.
You're working down your body,
Yeah.
from the top down.
Yeah.
Eyes, left shoulder, thorax, hips. You know, I'd be saying if your eyes don't go, your shoulders are going to be stuck.
Yeah.
How about that, gents?
Yeah, different
That
size.
to you felt like Annika
Yeah.
Sorensen on the left. That to you feels like you're not looking at the,
ball.
you know, your eyes are way ahead, but the reality is you're obviously moving so fast. That's just nice and passive.
It's just quiet and carried.
Yeah. Happy, gents?
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks very
All right.
much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Excellent.
Very good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
brilliant.
Excellent.
Thanks for coming down. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. It's,
Thank you.
Great, great.